Good morning, everybody. Happy Watercolor Wednesday to all of my AI friends. Thank you for joining me today. I get to color the absolute cutest little project. So I hope you are excited as I am to do that. I don't know if you saw the little preview, but we're going to color these cute little carolers this morning, and oh my word, this is really easy and it's really fun to do, so I can't wait to take you through it. But before we get started, let me just check in the comments here to see who is joining us today. Hello Cindy and Cherie and Laura and Sherry and Terry and Consuelo. Hello Julie. How are all of you lovely people doing today? Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, what you're doing this morning. Are you watercoloring with me? Even if you don't have the stamp yet, I hope that you will just join me in coloring. It's fun to do together. Hello, Elaine. How are you? Hello, Patricia. Awesome. Patricia says she ordered yesterday. So that's super exciting. I know you guys are probably so tired of hearing me say that this is like my favorite throwback, but I love this throwback. I love it. Who was on yesterday? Was anyone on yesterday to see the tutorial on this little village here? Okay. Is this not the perfect image for a Christmas card just for the front? Okay. This is beyond. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. And then this little Santa. I love these more like realistic designs. And I think this would also make a very, very cute Christmas card. So if any of you guys are working on your Christmas cards or you're trying to come up with some ideas, I highly recommend the Throwback. It is available. So it went on sale yesterday. So it'll be available Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So tomorrow night at midnight, it goes away forever. So you guys, trust me, you do not want to miss out on this one. This is really, really neat. And actually, once I turn you around, I'll show you the inspiration for the set from the old catalog. But want to check in one more time in the comments. Hello, Diane. How are you doing? What are you making? You have to show us. Diane's work is the best. Hello, Ruth Ann. My sweet, sweet Ruth Ann. How are you this morning? We have Carol from Missouri. Hello. How's the weather in Missouri? I think I saw on the map that it was like in the 90s or something still. I don't know about you guys, but I think I said this before on live. I am ushering fall in, okay? I'm willing the high temperatures to exit the building, okay? I got my sweater on right now just to try to help that happen, to try to will the cool weather in, okay? Every once in a while we'll get a day of rain here, but wow, it has been extremely hot. And I know there's lots of you in lots of other parts of the country and the world that are still blazing hot, like we are in the Northwest. Okay. Shirley's asking, are there any other Santas this size from the past? There was one was it last year or the year before?
Throwback.
Yes.
It's not available anymore.
No, it's not available anymore. You might be able to, it was way bigger than this. Bigger. Okay. You might be able to find it, I don't know, eBay or check the group. Sometimes people have doubles of things and, you might be able to trade something. But yes, there was one in this similar style that was it a freebie? I
think it was a special release.
Special release, I don't know.
Like an exclusive
yes.
Christmas time,
yeah.
I think.
It wasn't last year though. It was the year before, wasn't it?
Maybe it was the year before.
Guys, where's Leah? Where is Leah?
We're a blur when it comes to time.
We don't know what day it is, okay? The Queen Bee and I, we are not the ones to ask about any memory, any dates, anything that has happened in the past. We are here right now, okay? Yes, and we are just blazing forward.
Fortunate to know what today is.
I always know what Wednesday is since we have Watercolor Wednesday. But Leah is the queen, and she will tell you when everything came out. So she will get on that. Hello, Dana. How are you this morning? Have you signed up for the class yet? Okay, I don't think I saw your name on the list. Just as a reminder, you guys, my in-person class is coming up on October the 11th. It is at our office, and we have limited seating. I want to say we have do we have 2 spots left? I think 2 spots left until we are sold out. So those of you who have been to an in-person class, you know, we just try to cram it packed as much as we can, but there's just only so much room for the chairs. And I will be showing you what we are making soon, okay? I did not forget. Don't worry. I know some of you guys have been asking about an online version of the class. So thank you so much, by the way, for those of you who sent me a message on that. I really appreciate your interest in the classes. And my only hesitation is that I want to show it to you first. I want to show you the project just to make sure you are as excited as I am. But I know you're going to love it. They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love
it. We're just some final touches on it before we can show you. But I really hope that if you want to come, that you are able to sign up for that. Again, there's I want to say 2 spots left. I think 2. So sign up for that today, because once it's sold out, we can't add any more seats. So Dana, I'm looking at you. You are always at our classes, and that would be sad if we had to do one without you. And our sweet Ruth Ann will be there to just encourage everybody.
Yeah, we can't have a class without
we
Ruth
just
Ann.
can't. She is the heart and soul of our AI people. Yay! Sheila says she already placed her order. Awesome. Yes. So just as a reminder, if you're not familiar with the throwbacks, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on sale, and then they go away in the vault for good. So if you're interested in getting these, the village that came out yesterday, the angels that we're going to be doing today, and then that adorable little ice skate and Santa. So let me turn you around and I will show you that one more time here before we get started. Okay. Hello. We are turned around. Let's move these out of the way. Okay, so this is the throwback, and what they get with the throwback is the skates. Yes.
That's the free gift.
Yes, so this is the free gift when you buy this throwback, okay? Now, these 2 are also a throwback, throwbacks plural. So you're able to buy these separately as well. In addition, the collector's stamp from this month is the little cow. Okay, so if you guys are collecting all the little past freebies, you're gonna want this guy. Okay, he's available for another day. So go check the website. These are all available right now. Dana, Dana, I'm sorry, I had to put you on public blast, because it was the only way I knew I could get you there. She said she's signing up now.
We can't have a class without her.
No, Dana is the sweetest. Oh my goodness. She is just, I could say that about all of our AI people. You guys, we have the absolute best people. It's really true. Okay, so the throwback, in case you missed it yesterday, this is the inspiration for the throwback this month, okay? Look at this village. Does anyone have this stamp? P1331. 13. What are we in the 6,000s now?
Yeah, 64.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this tells you how much of a throwback this is. And this one is 835.
Yeah.
So yes, so these are way backs. But how cute. Does anyone have these original stamps? Would love to see you make something. Even though obviously these are not meant to use our watercolor technique, if you use the gray stamp pad and you have these older stamps, it's going to work great. And actually, that's what I am using today. So here's what we're going to make. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Dana says she had no idea. Excuse me. That tells me that you have not been on live, and that's just not acceptable. I think did we put it in the email?
I think we did, yeah.
I think so. I'm hoping so. If not, we'll have to do that. October 11th at our office, and we're going to be making some Christmas ornaments. Okay, that's all I can tell you right now. And also that it's just the cutest thing ever. it was an idea that I had in my mind that took a lot of back and forth to get it right.
A lot.
Do you know what? Having to explain and like put into words like an image that you have in your mind, like that is hard. And thankfully,
But we did nail it.
we did. I honestly,
We nailed it.
you know what? It is nailed, and a lot of that is due to the talent of the queen bee. So she really helped me take this vision and make it a reality. So cannot wait for you guys to see that. Okay, that will come. I'm hoping that I get to show it to you next week. But just stay tuned for that. Okay, but just know that, you know, I will show it to you before the class. Okay, so we're going to do these little angels today, and I stamped this in the gray primarily because it's snowy, and so I don't want any of the color to get muddy at all. And I also look at these little tiny lines on their faces, okay, with their little mouths and eyes. I get nervous when I'm coloring skin tone in faces, and then I have to worry about like the lines washing away. And so for me, it's just a no-brainer that I'm going to use this. And actually, the more we use this stamp pad, the more we realize that like when you color over it, it actually takes on the color of what you're putting onto it, if that makes sense. So like these lines now look a little bit red, you know, and these ones look a little bit brown up here. So it just works really nicely for me. It takes a lot of the pressure and the stress off of me to, you know, for the lines, and especially those of you who are beginners, this is a great place to start. Okay, if you're a beginner and you want to try this, I know a lot of the projects we do, you know, are fairly complex. I mean, this one looks complex, but actually it really wasn't. But if you are intimidated and you think, oh gosh, I don't know where to start, but I really like this, get a stamp pad and get a pot or get one of the florals that we have and just get out some colors and just start coloring. Okay. The gray is going to take a lot of that, worry out. Okay. Now let's get started. Okay. We're not going to use any other stamps. We're just going to use these little angels, and I got my, palette here, and we're going to use just a few colors too. Okay, 856 for red. This red is just so much better than the 885. I guess there could be a time and a place for the 885, but it's very orangey. Okay, and then I never put the number here, so I'll do it here. 947, a light warm brown. And obviously you can color these angels to whatever skin color, whatever hair color you want them to have. You know, you could have them all have the same too. That would be very cute. You could, if you had them all the same hair color and skin color, you could do, you know, some designs on their dresses, you know, or you could bring in your gold paint and add some sparkly, or your Wink of Stella. That would be very cute too. You know, I forget about the Wink of Stella, but it's a great one. And you know, it's water-based, so it really works with this. Okay, so we've got the red, the brown, the yellow. We're going to add some green. 177, of course. But again, whatever colors you like are going to be great. And then obviously for the sky, we're going to go for our dark blue, which is our 565. Okay? I'm going to need kind of a lot of that. And actually kind of a lot of the red too. So I'm going to add a little more of that. And then we're going to go in with our twin tone and our white paint. And you guys, it's really going to be it. This is not going to take much time at all. So let's get started here. I'm going to start with, I'm just going to go from girl to girl. Okay. So I got my water. I got my number 4 brush. I'm probably only going to be using a number 4 brush today. Remember, pinch it off. And actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to do all the red first because red is kind of hard to go back and forth with because it can stick around on your brush a little bit. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do all the red dresses. And just, you know, light layer first. And there's nothing to this. You're just section by section. Just gonna color this whole area. Okay, do the next one. And don't worry, we're gonna go in with several layers of color here, like we always do. We gotta have like a base layer. I love them in these red dresses. I just think that it is so cute. It's just such a great color. Not the easiest to use all the time, but it's okay. Okay, just filling this in. Again, nothing to it. Checking in with the comments here. Okay, Susie's asking what gray stamp pad are you talking about? I'm glad you asked that. It's
a shadow gray.
Yes, it's right there on the table.
Oh.
Yeah. Luckily, I have my assistant here
Yes.
with me. Okay, so this is the one that I use. This is the Ranger Shadow Gray. And it's really great because it is light enough to where it really works with our watercolor technique. You don't want something to be super overpowering if you're wanting a true watercolor look, okay? So this is just the best. And you know, I talk about this pad all the time. Those of you who watch my videos are like, I know, I already have it. Great, pull it out. Okay, so I'm just going in here again. We're going to do another layer here. Because we want to darken these up. And then by the time you start back at the first one, it's going to be totally dry. Okay, that's pretty good. Hello, Carol. How are you today? How are the fall colors in BC doing? Are things starting to change yet? Let us know. Carol lives in beautiful BC. Okay, I'm going back to this one here. And I'm just filling it in. And you know, I'm going to go in with my red twin tone and add in some details for the dress. But for now, just want it, just the color all filled in. Okay. And we build our color. Okay, don't be too heavy-handed with your first pass. Because you can always go darker, but you can, oh, and I forgot her little sleeve here. Sorry, I'm going off the camera. Okay, and we'll add some, like I said, some details with the darker. It's still very warm. Okay, so you understand what I was saying. Cute. Okay, Deborah's saying she has some figurines that look just like this, but they have turquoise dresses. I love that. These would be adorable in little turquoise dresses. You can put some gold designs on them. I can't wait for you to get your stamp and do that. Color them in that turquoise. That would be so cute. Okay, just darkening up this red. Okay, so we got their little red dresses on. You could add even a little darker just to give it a little more texture. Okay, that just makes it look like it has a little bit of movement there. Okay, next up. let's do the skin and the hair, and then we'll do the little books and we'll do the snow. You guys, this is really a fun project because it's not extremely time consuming. You know, you can sit down and color this in, I don't know, 15 minutes. And then if you see how I mounted this on this card, isn't this cute? Just two little ovals with our beautiful kind of old-fashioned Christmas paper. Okay, which by the way, we still have this in stock on our website. Okay, yes, Elaine, that's a great question. Do you know when we're going to have the Shadow Gray re-inkers? I think that those are on order. Leah, maybe you can comment on that. I know we talked about getting them in, so great question. Yes, I know. So you're not the first to ask about that. Lots of you want those re-inkers, so you don't have to just keep buying new pads. I've had several that I've used all the ink. Okay, I'm just doing brown hair on this little girl. I'm going to do brown on this one. And again, when we take our twin tones, we're going to go and really add some nice contrast. But for now, we're just filling in these spaces. Okay, this little part's peeking out too, so don't miss that. So cute. You could go in with even a shade darker. Go maybe underneath here. Just again to give it a little bit of movement so it's not so flat. Okay. Mary, tell me about it. We were just having this conversation about, I hope that you're talking about the next Bible journaling retreat where we can all get together. She's asking, is it June 2026 yet? I know. Believe me. We always talk about it. We just always are talking about it because thank you, Patty. Because it was just so much fun and just more than fun. It was just such a sweet time for all of us to come together. So for those of you who don't know, we do an annual, and last year was our first one, Bible journaling retreat. That is where the queen bee comes out of retirement for teaching in person. This is how I sold it last year, is I tried to really emphasize this to you all and just tell you that like she doesn't teach in person anymore because there's just not enough hours in the day. And this is the time where you are going to have 2 full days of teaching from the queen of watercolor stamping herself. And I mean, I don't even know the projects we're going to do yet, but I will tell you right now that they are going to be even better than last year. They just will, because somehow she does that. She just outdoes herself every release, every year. So if you are considering, you're thinking about it, maybe it's just something that's kind of popped in your mind, that maybe you might want to sign up, I highly recommend it. We purposely try to keep it not small, but small-ish so that we have enough time with everybody. And we don't want this to be like a 500-person event where we don't get to know you. We want to know you, and we want to be able to interact like that, and not just like, oh, you're coming to a class and you're going back to your hotel room. You know, we want to really create this community, and for you guys and for us too. You know, it is just the most encouraging, blessed time you will ever have, and I highly recommend it. The dates, yes, Teresa, the dates are June. I'm putting her on the spot right now. I want to say it's June 11 and 12.
I want to say that too. Somebody asked me on Bible journaling.
Yes.
I didn't know. It's the 12th and 13th of June.
Okay, sorry. June 12th and 13th. We may, because we start so early on the 12th, most people are there the night before, you know, obviously the local people are. We may do something fun the night before something like organized, like a get to know you type of thing, to prepare us for the next 2 days of classes. So the official dates are 12 and 13 of June 2026. You can't sign up yet because we have a few things to figure out, but soon. Hopefully by the end of the year,
Yes.
You'll be able to sign up for that.
But save the date.
But save the date in your calendars and really be thinking about it. Yes, Myrna, this is a retreat. This is we do it at a hotel here in Wilsonville, Oregon. And it's the best. I don't know what else to say besides that. But those of you who were there in the comments, Janice and Joy, yes. Suska, yes. Mary, yes. All of you guys were there. And Dana, you can just tell the people who did not come how great it was just to be in our community. Not like, the teaching or whatever. It's just so much more than teaching and classes. It's really community. And you guys are you're the best. And we had a lot of people who maybe didn't know each other beforehand. So that's okay. Yes, Carol was there too. If you don't know somebody, that's okay. We had people who signed up to be roommates together, to share a room, share the cost of a room. And you guys can figure that out on social media or whatever. But they came away like becoming, close friends after something like this. So don't let that stop you. I know, believe me, I'm an introvert as well. So I get the hesitation of that, but don't let that stop you. Push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, because it's a really neat time. It's a really unique time. Yes, Diana and Julie, you guys were there too. Oh, I could go on and on and on. Okay, but I need to keep coloring here. Stop yapping and get coloring. Okay, we're just going to go blonde with this little middle girly. And this is 993 yellow. But again, any color, any skin color, any hair color you want is going to be very cute. So you could either have the focus on, their faces and hair. So we differentiate a little bit here with the same dresses. Or you could do different dresses with like the same hair and skin. Okay? But yes, that's what I would recommend. One or the other. Okay, now we're going to go in with some skin tone, and I never put that on my palette, but we need 912. And remember, 912 is always what you start with, regardless of what skin tone you are doing. You always start with the 912, and you can always add in browns, warm or cool browns, depending on what you want to, what your goal is, okay? So always start with the 912. It's just the perfect base skin color. Okay, and again, because this is gray, we're not super worried about the lines. In fact, we're not worried at all about the lines. Okay, keep a little bit lighter around the eyes. Okay, and then I'm just going, you can use a 1 if you want. But I like my number 4. Works fine. And I like to go around the face. Get some of that color, the darker color off around, and then keep it relatively light. I mean, it doesn't have to be white. In fact, don't make it white on the face, but just make it a little lighter, okay? You want the eyes to shine. Vicky, that's such a great idea. She says, will you be using the gold paint for halos and wings? I won't be doing that, but that is a fabulous idea.
Love it.
And I'm tasking you to make that. Vicky, I want you to make that, and I want you to post it so that we can all see it. That's a great idea. Anytime you can incorporate gold, especially with this red, it's going to look so good. Okay, and again, I go around the edge, and it's just so nice to not have to worry about those lines. Okay. Blur that out a little bit. And I'm going to make the little shoes the same color, just so that it doesn't stand out too much. If you did them dark, then, you know, your focus would be down there. Tony, you better come this year. Do you see how I really put the public pressure on Dana to come to the class? Tony, I'm going to do the same thing with you in the receipt. Wow, I can't talk. The retreat. Okay, retreat. I hope you will be coming to that this year. Okay, now I'm going to kind of blur some of this together. I don't have any color on my brush right now. I'm just kind of blending. Okay. Can add a little bit of darkness right underneath the neck. Little shadow. Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit of cheeks because these are little girls and they're out in the snow. And you know, if you live in a cold climate, you know you're going to get red cheeks. But make sure you do this light. You don't want like just red circles. Because you can always go back and add to it. Okay, I'm going to add a little more. Because it's got to go on top of that 912. And you know when it dries, see this one looked much lighter until it dries, and then you can really see the pink there. Look at them. Okay, Julie's asking, did I stamp it off? No, I didn't. You don't need to. Obviously, when you're using the gray, and like I use a stamp platform, you don't really want to push like too hard because then you're going to get thick lines. So you got to kind of practice that. I mean, those of you who are stampers, like, you know this. But I've kind of had to learn relearn how to stamp with a stamp pad. So just don't push super hard so you don't get the thick lines, but no, you really don't have to stamp it off. In fact, if you do stamp it off, you're not going to have any ink left on your...
And also for a super detailed stamp, use the back side, the smoother side of the paper.
Oh, great idea. Okay, did you all hear that? She said for something that is very detailed, like maybe something like this perhaps, you can always use the back of your paper, okay? Because there's less texture on the back.
It's the same paper.
It's the same, yes, same paper. You just get a little bit different of a look if you do that. And it's going to be much easier for you to fill in the little spots if you don't have to fight with that texture, okay? Me too, Barb. She said she's loving this gray ink. I agree. Totally agree. Okay, so I'm going to add on the wings. I'm going to leave them white, but I'm going to add a tiny bit of that 565 blue, very lightly, just so it gives it a little bit of dimension, okay? Just to kind of underneath here. Okay, I mean, you really can't see that much, but they're going to stand out when we put in our sky, okay? Yes, Suska, 100%. Yes, I'll put anybody in the drawing for this who wants it. Absolutely. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and color the little songbooks in green. And again, this could be any color. Whatever color match your paper, whatever paper you're using. Getting a nice base layer of color here. You know, be careful as you use your number 4 on this. That we don't want to bring any of the red into it. That red is a really great color, but wow, it is powerful. Yes, absolutely. Simone and Julie, yes. Terry, yes. Absolutely, you will be in the drawing. No question about it. Going in with a second layer here. Okay. Now I'm going to put in my sky, and then I'm going to take my twin tone. Okay, it pains me to wait a little bit for the twin tone because I just want to do it right away. But I'm not. I'm going to wait a little bit. Do our sky. So we're going to take our 565. And you know, when you do sky, you need like a pretty good amount of water. Okay? Because we don't want any streaks happening. Okay? And then I'm just going to make a little guide for myself. Okay, just do 2 little lines up, and then we're just going to stay in this area. Okay? And you can see that I cut this in an oval shape. And you guys know I like to go over it again with another layer on top, but let's get a base layer in. And this blue just really makes the red pop. It makes the white of the wings. It's just a really neat color. And it's perfect for snow. This color will be your best friend if you're making winter cards. Christmas cards, any type of snowy scene. So I'm going to go in, add a little more to get a little variation of color here. Because you want it to be fairly dark because we're going to be putting our snow in. Okay? And kind of blur these edges out a little too. Okay. And thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Dana. Thank you. Wow, you guys, you're being so encouraging. Thank you so much. I agree. This is the cutest. It helps when you have a stamp that is just adorable. Okay, now we're going to take our twin tone and we're going to take the fine tip. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and get some darker areas here. Okay, add a few little lines here in the hair. And then I'm going to go in with their little mouth here. Just get a steady hand. And just follow the outline, okay? And I'm going to do their eyes. Do you see how that just like brings them to life? Okay, you have to have this dark. You have to have this dark. Now I'm going to take my red twin tone. I'm going to add in some details like the inside of their sleeves. Because again, we want some of that contrast here. You can also do, if you don't have the red twin tone, you can also use your fine tip. That would work fine. How adorable. Yay. Yay, Polly. Love it. Okay, now, my favorite step in a winter scene, you guys, white paint. I'm gonna add in some snowflakes here. And I got my number 1 brush. And all I'm gonna do, you can see what I'm getting the end, kind of shaping the end here. And you want to put them everywhere, okay? Including like in front. And you know, this works really well if there's like an area where maybe you colored outside the line or whatever. You just put a snowflake right on top of it. That's what I do.
Me too.
You know, learning ways to cover up things that maybe you didn't mean to do. That's what we like to teach you here. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of shadowing kind of right underneath their feet. And that's it. Besides my signature, of course. Get my pencil. And there they are. These cute, adorable little carolers. And here they are. And these are available on the website right now. So if you are interested in taking these sweet little girls home with you, go and grab them while they are available. I agree, Ruth Ann. I would love to see you color these. I feel like you could color them really, really cute. Yeah, so when you get these, when you get your order in the mail, please post what you are coloring because we love to see it and it is inspirational to all of us. And this is, you know, this is what we do as a community. We encourage each other and we show our work. So I hope you will do that when those of you who are grabbing the snap. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I always have a blast getting to watercolor with you. So I hope you have a great rest of your week and I may see you next week. We'll see, hopefully.